Iran strikes back, launching missiles on a U.S. military base in Qatar.
Those missiles were knocked down. Now will tensions in the Middle East cool down?
From CBS News headquarters in New York, this is the CBS Evening News.
Good evening. I'm John Dickerson.
I'm Maurice Dubois.
President Trump says Israel and Iran have agreed to what he calls a complete and total ceasefire.
This comes after Iran retaliated today against an American attack on 3 Iranian nuclear facilities over the weekend. Iran sent missiles across the Persian Gulf, targeting Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar.
That's the largest American military installation in the Middle East. Thousands of U.S. troops are stationed there. President Trump on social media said that Iran provided early warning, which led to no Americans being wounded.
The president says Iran's nuclear facilities have been obliterated. We have reports from the Middle East and Washington. Nancy Cordes at the White House begins our coverage. Nancy?
Maurice, the president's announcement comes just a few hours after that Iranian attack that appears to have been designed to avoid casualties, essentially a face-saving move so the Iranians could say they retaliated against the U.S. without drawing more U.S. fire.
Cameras captured the moment more than a dozen Iranian missiles were shot down before they could reach U.S. troops.
They launched a very limited number of weapons, a number that we could almost certainly intercept.
Retired General Frank McKenzie led U.S. Central Command during Trump's first term. He says the U.S. attack on Iran this weekend left Iran with 3 options.
They could have gone with a calibrated response, a massive response, or no response. From what we've seen so far, they've chosen a calibrated response, which is a very limited strike at one of our installations.
And what does that tell you?
That tells us the Iranians are searching for an off-ramp.
Iran's target was the Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, which President Trump visited just last month.
The warriors of the United States Armed Forces.
Today, the sirens sent shoppers in nearby Doha running for shelter as the airspace over Qatar was quickly cleared. We didn't harm anyone, said Iran's supreme leader, but we will not submit to anyone's harassment. Trump responded, I want to thank Iran for giving us early notice. Iran's attack came 42 hours after these B-2 stealth bombers based in Missouri dropped 14 bunker-busting bombs on 2 key underground nuclear facilities. A third was hit with cruise missiles. President Trump said all 3 targets were obliterated. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs was a little more cautious.
Initial battle damage assessments indicate that all 3 sites sustained extremely severe damage and destruction.
How concerned are you that this could spiral out of control?
I think you're always concerned about that, but I think the scope and scale of the Iranian attack today means they're also concerned about it, and they don't want it to spiral out of control.
So, Nancy, in this fast-moving picture, where is the president going next?
Well, John, we've gotten no indication that President Trump plans to take any military action in response to what Iran did today. In fact, to the contrary, he's now claiming that a ceasefire has been agreed to that will lead to the end of this 12-day war. But it's important to point out we have not received any confirmation about that from either Israel or Iran tonight.
And Nancy, there's been debate all day over whether the U.S. actually fully destroyed the Iranian nuclear facilities and the enriched uranium. Where does that stand tonight?
Well, the Iranians claim they were able to move all of their enriched uranium to a safe place before the U.S. bombing this weekend. But White House officials told us today there is no intelligence to support that. And General McKenzie pointed out to me that it is very difficult to move radiated material around without being detected.
Okay, Nancy Cordes at the White House. Thanks so much.
Here to help us understand the attacks today is retired Lieutenant General Mark Weatherington. He has flown the B-2 bomber and commanded the 8th Air Force. General, you know the U.S. assets in this region. What does it tell you that Iran went after the bases in Qatar?
John, my question after today's attack is, was this a deliberate and measured response on the part of Iran? Or does this truly reflect their capacity to conduct operations in the aftermath of the Israeli assault?
Let me talk to you about the overnight operation by U.S. B-2 bombers. You've flown those kinds of aircrafts. What's the trickiest part of that mission?
John, this is an incredibly intense mission for a small portion, but it's an incredibly long mission. 18 hours into the target area, multiple air refuelings, and after you strike the targets, another 15 hours back home with air refuelings on the way. They're going to be tired. Fatigue is a huge factor.
So now let's talk about the results. Here we have the Fordo nuclear facility, these aim points. What does this picture tell you?
John, when I look at this picture, I see an attack that was very precise. I see a weapon that's 24,000 pounds of hardened alloy steel that punched a hole in this mountainside and detonated to provide a path for a second weapon to go even deeper and detonate in the mission space. If the weapons worked as intended, and if our intelligence was accurate, I don't doubt there was significant damage to this site.
General Mark Weatherington, thank you so much. What happens next in this volatile region may be up to Israel, which has been pounding Iran's nuclear infrastructure for nearly 2 weeks. Debora Patta reports tonight from Tel Aviv.
11 days in, and Israel has intensified its attacks, despite Prime Minister Netanyahu declaring Iran's nuclear capability had been destroyed, with the US delivering the knockout blow. Former head of Israeli military intelligence, Amos Yadlin, told us although Ayatollah Khamenei had not given the order to weaponize a nuclear warhead, they had intelligence. A small group had been working on it. How close was Iran?
It was in a place which I call point of no return. On enrichment to a military level, 90%, it was weeks. 2 weeks, 4 weeks, not more. On weaponization, depends how much they advance. It usually takes half a year.
The strategy now is to pound Iran into submission and force it to the negotiating table.
Sometimes you have to bomb for peace.
Do you really think that from this diplomacy is now possible?
The Iranians have to decide. Do they want to continue with the war, or they want to go and negotiate, this time with good faith?
And today, Israel broadened its strikes, targeting symbols of the regime, including the notorious Evin prison. Is there concern that through this, it could backfire?
I don't think so. I think on the contrary. But a weakened Iran will give an opportunity to President Trump to shape a different Middle East, from being unstable to a more stable and prosperous area.
Yadlin told us now that Israel has a decisive victory over Iran, his advice for Netanyahu: do not prolong the war.